What's up, y'all? It's your girl J Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. On the line this afternoon, we got a brother by the name of Dwayne BIM Staats. We're going to talk to him about what he got going on, what he's trying to do, and we're going to talk to him about his writings as well. He's a writer, so I'm definitely interested in speaking with him about that. Hello, bro, you there?
Hey everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right yourself?
This
Doing
is a call
pretty
from
well.
SCI, Phoenix State Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Yep, we're doing pretty well. We're going to jump right into it. So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
All right, I'm born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. Raised by my grandma. My mom passed when I was 12. Pop rolled when I was 9. I mean, typical story.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so just dealt with adversity at a young age and just trying to figure out my life in general.
Right. I think we all go through that, it's called, like the growing pains and stuff. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. Trial and error.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the sides of it.
All right. So I know that you're currently incarcerated. Where are you incarcerated for, and how long have you been behind the G-wall?
04, I got convicted of a murder charge, which was the whole case was questionable. All white jury, witnesses was coerced. The only eyewitness gave a description that wasn't even close to matching mine, but somehow I got guilty of that. Got life plus 10. So I sent to Smyrna. And I never got adjusted to being in prison. So I always rebelling against the confinement, being confined, period.
Right.
So 14 years of that, and then it finally came to a day when I had to confront not just the effects of what was going on, but what I thought the cause of it is, you know what I'm saying? So
right. So you've been down for more than 14?
Yes.
Okay.
I was down almost 18 altogether.
Okay. But when you was at Smyrna, it was 14.
This is a call from SCI, Phoenix State Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
I've been in PA for the last 3.5 years.
Okay. So I definitely want to ask you about this, and this is something I ask everyone that's been incarcerated or is incarcerated, how do you deal with that on a day-to-day? Because standing up and doing that time is not an easy thing.
Nah, it's definitely hard, because every day you just got to wake up and you got to it's like a discipline and a mental fortitude that you got to build within yourself, because this stuff will just swallow you whole if you ain't equipped mentally, physically, not saying emotionally, because it's designed to strip you of everything.
Right.
And it's just identifying the attack that they putting on you.
Right.
Like I said, it's not for you to fail, and then here's the time for this family structure to be broken, for you to be broken mentally.
Right.
So just knowing that, and I do everything to fight against it.
Right. And that it's definitely designed to do that in there, but it's by design also to set up black and brown faces and others as well to end up in that position. Like thinking about, you said, how your trial wasn't what it is. And I can believe that because I've heard that a lot, Have you had a chance to try to appeal that situation?
Yeah, for the first 14 years, that's all I was doing. Pick the pills, post convictions, and just citing what I thought was violations. But they are violations on their books, right?
Right.
But it's always a double standard, and it's not cut and dry. Let me put it like that.
Yeah.
It's not cut and dry, and they don't hold their own selves to the standard that they hold us at when it comes to being culpable of incidents or infractions or violating constitutional law and all that stuff.
You definitely right.
So that's what the fight is against. That's what the fight is against.
Yeah, for sure. Now I want to talk back to when we was I heard you bring up Smyrna. So I know that you were there before. How was your experiences there? Because I haven't heard anything good about that facility. So like, how was your experiences at that facility?
And when I first came in, and I'm gonna just be honest, you just reduced to livestock. You know what I'm saying? That's what it reminded me of. A herd of cattle, and that's what we was to them. This money, this like I said, we reduced not to just chattel, but cattle, and that's how we was herded around. And that's the respect they gave us.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories there of them moving people in the middle of the night and not telling them where they're going, not telling their loved ones. Have you ever seen something like that go on?
Yeah, I seen that, and I witnessed that. Like, I got attacked by a CERT. I was naked in my cell. I was strip searching. I was being strip searched, and I guess I didn't bend down or squat far enough, and I got attacked by a CERT.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, my first year there, I got in a fight with a CO that was like oppressive, like white supremacist type.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, we wake up and go to sleep to that. That's what we was doing all the time.
Yeah. And how was the conditions as far as like the hygiene and stuff like that?
Well, when I first got there, they took me straight in solitary confinement for no reason. And we were only allowed out of the cell for 3 days a week for 45 minutes.
Mm.
And only could spend $5 every 2 weeks at commissary.
Mm.
So, like I said, the hygiene was just demoralizing.
Yeah, it's like psychological welfare.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? The hotel bars of soap, that's what they was giving out.
Mm. What was so I know that I've heard different stories about the treatment of the COs, but when it came to like doing grievances and stuff like that, like were y'all able to get y'all grievances out and let somebody know what was going on?
I see, back then, like, I never really filed grievances because the whole, that shit was rigged. It was rigged because it's like, if I got an issue with a lieutenant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put a grievance on him. But the grievance hearing is conducted by his subordinates.
Right.
So how am I gonna get a fair shake out of that?
Right. Right.
And then there wasn't really no ramifications on them either way. I had a lieutenant tell me straight up at a hearing that I'm not going against my guard for you. And that's just the size of it right there.
Yeah.
That was the mentality.
That lack of integrity is strong within the police force and the prisons and all of those systems. You know what I mean? That's definitely for sure.
At the end of the day, the way they look at it, it's them against us.
Right. Right.
So,
you're right on that, bro. So I know that when you were at Smyrna, there was an incident that occurred, the Uprising. You were there, housed there when that happened, correct?
yes.
Okay. So
I was there.
The days leading up to that, what was the atmosphere like?
I mean, it was like whispers circulating throughout the building, so didn't nobody really know except those who was privy to the information when it was going to happen, right? So everybody else was just on pins and needles, just in anticipation of. But I don't know, it was just like people was anxious, and some people just really ain't think nothing was going to happen anyway.
Right. So what made people feel this way, though? Like, I know Like, can you put like it, if you can, in one phrase of what you feel made it get to that point? Like, I know we said it just being dehumanized and treated like chattel, and I know that it was abuse and things like that. But, like, just getting people a beat on what led up to this.
All right. What is like the common thread throughout the struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's fighting for dignity and respect. And that's what it's been from day one. And then these institutions, facilities, or whatever, it's just magnified and more concentrated.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's the nucleus of it right there. It's fighting for dignity and respect.
That part.
You have 1 minute left.